What's up guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be discussing about functional modules in Lost Light. These specific modules give you a tactical advantage during your operation. We currently have 3 functional modules in the game. So the first one is the DAM002, which is a danger alert module, or as we know it as the life detector armband. And the second one is the LDM001, which is the life detector optics, or the thermal optics for short. And the last one is just the latest addition to these functional modules is the BHM003, which is the Pheromone tracker module. I will briefly discuss each functional module and give you guys the best enhancement chip setups so that each functional module would work the best way possible. But before we do so, make sure to subscribe to this channel, as I've noticed on the stats up here that most of you guys are watching my videos but are not subscribed. So subscribing helps you more because it gives you updates to my channel whenever I go live, upload a new video, create a post, which are mostly related to Lost Light. So if you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing today. So the way this functional module works is that any form of danger or opposition towards your Firefly, your specific armband will then emit a bright red color, signifying that there's danger nearby your vicinity. These elements of danger can be enemy AI, enemy players, or any throwables such as grenades. And right now, I'll show you the best enhancement chip setup for this specific module. The first and I feel like the most important enhancement chip for this specific module is the DAR-CM, because this gives you an additional 12 meters to your alert range. By default, we already have a 12-meter danger detection range. But if you add this DAR-CM enhancement chip, it adds another 12 meters to that, equivalent to 24 meters. This gives you more ample time to prepare for any sort of attacks or any ambushes from other players. And the next chip to add is the RCS, which adds more alert range to your armband, giving you a maximum distance of detection range of 30 meters. Adding to this, it adds a blinking alert range of 3 meters. So what is a blinking alert range? When we say blinking alert range, that means when your armband is blinking red rapidly, that means either the enemy is right beside you, below you, or above you. That means they're very close to your vicinity. The third enhancement chip is the EIDC. Simply put, this helps you detect whether the enemy is an AI or a real player. So in this case, if you have it equipped, if the form of danger is an enemy AI, the armband will show a color orange instead of a red one. Then if the light is color red, that automatically indicates that there's a player nearby. This is quite useful because if you don't have it equipped, every form of danger that's within your 30 meters that you currently have will be blinking red. And the last enhancement chip that you should add is the DAN-BC, as this will help you negate any blinking alert from the enemy. So as I've mentioned earlier, the blinking alert range will indicate if the player is really close to you, either above, below, or beside you. When they're really close to your vicinity, your armband will blink red rapidly. But this enhancement chip negates that feature. The good thing about this enhancement chip is that even though the enemy would have an idea that you are nearby, they won't have that advantage of the blinking alert range to know that you're actually pushing them. So I did mention all of these 4 chips, which I feel like the best chips that you could put on your armband module. But you have an optional one if you want to interchange with the RCS or the DAN-BC. You can switch to the SDAC, which will make your armband light visible only to yourself. Because in specific areas, even at a distance, especially in dark places, when you roam around the map, that specific armband light is visible to all the players. This also applies when you're playing as a marauder, because other players will know that you're a real player because your character model will show you as a marauder, but you still have the armband. But again though, these are more or less suggestions of what I think is the best setup for this specific module. Again, you guys are free to try out whatever you want. Our next functional module is the LDM001, or as we know it as the Thermal Optics module. With this specific module, you are able to detect players with high temperature levels regardless of where they are within your vicinity. So you will be able to detect them even through walls or even different levels of a building. The first enhancement chip that you should put on your thermal optics is the LDDCL. So this enhancement chip gives your thermal optics a duration of 2 minutes, with a drawback of a 1.1 degrees Celsius detection threshold and a plus 6 second cooldown. And the next enhancement chip that you should add is the LDACL, which gives you a minus zero point 0.6 degrees Celsius detection threshold. So the detection threshold, for those who don't know, means the temperature levels required for you to be able to detect other players with your thermal optics. So basically, even if your enemy does not fully fill up their temperature levels, you should get an indicator with your thermal optics the lower this value is. This chip is really good, the LDACL again, as it lowers the temperature threshold of 0.6 degrees Celsius, with a drawback of plus 10 cooldown seconds. Since we added a bit of a cooldown duration for our thermal optics, we're gonna counter that with a small fix with the LDCD-CS. This makes your thermal optics gain a minus 2 second cooldown. With a total cooldown of 16 seconds from the LDDCL and the LDACL, we will lessen the cooldown to 14 seconds with this specific enhancement chip. It is a small reduction but still helps you along the way. So last but not the least is the LDACS. As we touched upon earlier, if the lower the value of the detection threshold is, the more useful the thermal optics will be for you. It will give you an easier way to detect enemies with high temperature levels. So we can then add up the detection threshold value of this specific chip with this one, and we'll have a value of minus 0.21 degrees Celsius. Currently, this functional module has the most enhancement chips, which apart from the detection threshold, has other enhancements such as lowering your body temperature when you're running or sprinting or moving around the map. So feel free to try out other combinations as well. And last but not the least is the BHM003, which is the latest edition of the functional modules in the game. And this basically gives you a tracker of other players depending on the net value of loot that they're carrying. So currently there isn't really a bad or best setup for this, as there are currently only 4 available chips for this specific module. But the most important chip for this specific module is the TTC, as it gives you a special feature of aiming a crosshair on a pheromone trace, which will then help you track players more easily. I have not used this specific module in most of my games, but given how the latest updates are focusing on collections of high tier value loot, I think this functional module will be very useful in future games as well. So those are the 3 functional modules currently available in the game, and I've also provided the best enhancement chip setups that you can do with them. If you want to rewatch the specific parts of the video, I provided the timestamps in the description down below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, and if you have your own chip setups or any feedback about the video, please leave it in the comment section down below. Thanks again for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you in the next one.